good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to Southwest Luxury Coach here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm on the roof of a 2017 show hauler luxury Class C diesel motorhome, or should I call it a Toter-Home, because it's not even a Super C. It's bigger than that. And while I would love to show you the inside of this, I'm actually doing a roof inspection for a potential new owner, so I won't be able to show it to you guys. But I did want you to see that it does have a metal roof and is a free-floating metal roof built a lot like the utility trailers and the car haulers that you normally see from these manufacturers. But even though I can't show you this 2017 show hauler on a Volvo chassis, right over here is another Super C Toter-Home almost that I can show you. Now this is a 2023 Renegade Explorer built on a Freightliner Cascadia chassis that some people would still register as a Super C and not necessarily a Toter-Home. However, I do take exceptions to that because I know a lot of people have a stipulation that a Toter-Home has to be capable of accepting a fifth wheel or gooseneck adapter on the back. However, I think it does a great disservice to call this 2017 show hauler a Super C, or even that 2023 Explorer a Super C, when both the Freightliner and Volvo chassis are a lot more capable than a GMC Kodiak chassis that you might see most Super Cs on. I would argue what makes a Toter-Home is the ability to tow a lot more than your standard chassis, especially if you have air brakes hooked up to it or a really heavy duty capacity hitch that can handle 30,000 pounds. Or in the case of this Explorer, you have a commercial heavy-duty hitchback here set up with air brakes and can handle about 20,000 pounds, which is a lot more than most vehicles. So excuse me if I don't agree with everybody's assessment, this is just a Super C. I think it is a Toter-Home, especially because let's look under the hood. Not only is this front end a lot more substantial than you'll see on a normal Freightliner SR V2 Super C chassis that you might be more used to seeing on this Renegade Verona. But it's also very doubtful you're going to find a Detroit diesel DD13 tuned to 505 horsepower, which is substantially better than the 340 to 380 horsepower Cummins that you normally get on the smaller Super Cs. It's still a nice chassis from Freightliner, but yeah, that Detroit diesel is going to outperform that Cummins for sure. So for the rest of this video, I will be calling this a Toter-Home. Now, it's not just the engine or the chassis that makes this special. The factory and previous owner added a lot of options that I think will impress you even more than that engine. Now, before we look in the side compartments, I will point out it does look like this is equipped with a sensor right there, so it does have adaptive cruise control on it. Now, this does have quite a bit of storage bays on this side, and these are all aluminum doors on there, and it is all metal and coated compartments in here. Not too bad. Even like how they have a double striker set up right here. Oh yeah. Now remember, this is on a truck chassis, so it does have a drive line all the way across to the back. And so you don't get the cross bay storage that you would get on a normal Class A or on a bus. But this is equipped with a Aquahot, which is a nice and substantial upgrade, because I do believe this is an all-electric, no propane coach. You get a nice Samsung TV and a sound bar below that. You can view it at a lot of different angles. Now, just rear of that is going to be the entry door. Now, this is a mid-coach entry. I don't know if you guys picked that up, so you don't have to fight with a passenger going in and out like you would on a normal Class A motorhome. Yeah, it's a little bit of a step up. Well, I'm 6 foot tall. Just about the bottom of the seat right there. And if we look back here, we have a pretty nice size storage bay, and it doesn't go completely across to the other side. But because the front wheels are in front of that, we don't have to worry about a drive shaft back there, so you get a little bit extra room. While we are speaking about tires, the date code is going to be the original ones for the 50th week of 2021, which does sound about right for a Toter-Home that was built in probably 2022 as a 2023. Now, I don't get to see Renegade motorhomes or Toter-Homes very often. That's why I'm very excited to share this one with you guys. But my understanding is that the Explorer is more of a entry level of their luxury division, as you can see in the paint on this one. But it's also only 40 feet long, so we don't have to have a tag axle back there, so it'll be much easier to maneuver when you are towing something monstrous with that hitch. But the driver's side storage still does have a couple more secrets up its sleeve. It does equip with 50 amp service, and it is on a power cord reel, which I do like to see, and the transfer switch does have a surge protector built into it. It is equipped with a Onan, a quiet diesel 8,000 watt generator, and it only has 37 hours on it. Now just in front of the rear wheel right there will be the water compartment. It's pretty well thought out by Renegade. It's a lot nicer than they used to be. It's not just plastic in here, even if it is right next to your exhaust. So do take some care where you put your sewer hose and your freshwater hose. Now speaking of sewage, just in front of that compartment you are going to find your sewer hookup that spans these two bays. Now I do like this as a technician to have great access to the holding tanks and the valves, and this does have macerator right there. Now none of that's all that special, but look right here. This is equipped with a Victron Energy 3000 VA with 30 amp MPP charge controller from Victron, and even the Servo GX, so you can look at all of this from your phone and control the inverter if you download the app. But right here in this compartment is what I really wanted to show you. This has 3 game changer lithium iron phosphate batteries, and they are already integrated with the Dragonfly multiplex system. So at 270 amp hour capacity apiece, you have over 800 amp hours of capacity with this battery bank. You should never run out of battery power. Now with those batteries and the Victron MPP charge controller, we might want to take a look at the roof. And luckily I brought my own ladder because there is no rear ladder on the rear wall, which of course I do like. One less thing to go wrong. Now in the 2 driver's side slide outs, you can see they do have Girard slide out toppers on them, which unsurprisingly will match the powered patio box awning from Girard on the front. Now unlike the Toter-Home behind me, this Renegade has a crowned one-piece fiberglass gel coat roof on it, and so it is bonded and not free floating, but it does have a steel tube within it as framing. You can see the previous owner went ahead and upgraded to Starlink internet, and it looks like they took out the dome dish that was there originally and put a Winegard Traveler set up for DirecTV. Now this is equipped with 2 ACs on it, and it looks like only 3 solar panels at about 175 watts apiece. That's about 525 watts of solar on the roof here, but of course you could probably expand that out if you wanted to. There's always room for a little bit more solar. Otherwise, we're not here to do a roof inspection, but all the sealant does look like it's in really good shape. And the roof itself is very strong, very sturdy, and I do think it can handle a little bit more solar. So with all that done on the outside, let's go ahead and go in the front door. Now the front door is going to be a lot easier to get into rather than the passage doors and the driver's door, because you'll have a set of stairs right up here that don't feel like you're climbing up a ladder. Now I do want to leave the slide out rooms in so you guys can see how much room there is when you're traveling down the road with the slide out rooms in. Pretty good access from the driver's and passenger seats. Good access to the refrigerator, the stove top, the sink, and of course the TV. And right back here is going to be the bed. If you need to go to the back, you will have to hop over the bed. Otherwise, decent access. I don't want to show you too much more because I don't want to give away all the secrets. Now let me go ahead and just put all the slide out rooms out. So yeah, a lot more room is in here. And I hope you can see there is a lot of arm space and living space on this floor plan. And if we come back outside again, you can still see that patio shade or awning, still cantilevers across that slide out, and gives you a pretty good sitting area out here still too. Well, let's go ahead and check out this floor plan on this 2023 Explorer from Renegade. Because strictly speaking, as somebody who doesn't see Super Cs and Toter-Homes very often, the quality on these things have really improved in the last few years. I think it should go without saying, this does have a all digital dash on it. looks like we're just above 13,000 miles, so it really is almost brand new. Now you can see it does have a smart wheel on it, which will control your screen up there, and of course the radio over there. It is integrated into the multimedia entertainment center. You do have front and side view cameras above in a nice location. And I will say this, even though it is built on a Cascadia chassis, does have leaf springs underneath on the front suspension. The driver's and passenger seats are air ride with a nice air bellow underneath right there. So it does make the ride a lot more comfortable. Right below here, I didn't point it out, is your DEF and your diesel fill. And unlike a diesel motorhome, you do get to hear that wonderful Detroit diesel right next to you when you're driving down the road. But it's not too bad. And unlike a lot of other chassis out there, this one's kind of laid out pretty nice, so you don't feel quite so cramped. And because there is no bunk above the driver and passenger seat in the cab area, you don't have to worry about hitting your head on the bunk getting in and out. Now speaking of the floor plan, this is all solid wood cabinetry on the doors and the cabinet faces. It does have 4-point automatic hydraulic leveling from Equalizer with straight acting heavy duty hydraulic cylinders on the back and the front. And from my opinion, hydraulic leveling is much better than air ride, especially when you're living in it where it's windy. From the driver's compartment to the rest of the RV, you can see there's carpet right here in the cabin area, but it does transition into ceramic tile throughout the entire RV. Now on the driver's side front slide out is a front kitchen on it, so it does have the refrigerator, which is a residential 120 volt refrigerator with the freezer section down below. So it is going to be fairly easy, like we saw with the slide out rooms in, to go ahead and utilize the refrigerator with the slide out rooms in. You have a pantry right next to it, which in years past would not be made out of solid wood like this. It would have all been plywood, so I do like to see that upgrade there. Speaking of upgrades, all the countertops in this are going to be solid surface, just like you find in a residential setting. And it does have a 2-burner induction stove top. I think my favorite feature so far, though, is the decorative ceramic backsplash on there. I think it adds a little bit of elegance right there below the Samsung convection oven microwave. Now, the sink is just a single under countertop mounted stainless steel sink. So I do like one big sink. And we do have, thankfully, manual roller shades on the windows. Now, while below there is no dishwasher, we can see the drawers are solid wood and it is dovetail construction with nice bolt bearing guides on it and the soft close feature. Now just above is going to be the main TV. Now the main TV, but it's also set up to give you a little bit of extra storage space on both sides of the TV. You can see it does have a sound bar below that. Now below the TV, yeah, we still have 2 more drawers, and not too uncommon feature to see is a space heater fireplace. But check this out. This section will open up for even more hidden storage in there. They didn't get rid of wasted space. And of course I do like indirect lighting, like you find on the toe kick down below, or even this accent lighting on the fascia of both slide outs in here. And yes, this is still all solid wood, and that is a little bit of indirect lighting housed in that bead of the molding there. Now on the passenger side front slide out, it does have the dinette at the front. Is this that same solid surface Corian? This will collapse down to turn into a bed. It does have a ottoman hidden underneath there and a little bit of drawer space on either side. Behind that's going to be the sofa. Obviously this is a hide-a-bed. And while there's nothing too exceptional about having a full-size bed in a sofa, you don't see flip-top storage in many of these sofas. So that's a nice feature to have too. And then for those that were curious, there are seat belts underneath the sofa. Now, a lot of features that I didn't point out is that most of the outlets will have USB hooked up to it, and some of them even have USB-C. It's nice to have because I always forget my power block. So while the mid-coach entry door is nice on this floor plan, it gets better. Because just across from the entry door, past this wooden hinge door, is going to be the front bathroom, or the half bath. That's right, this 40-foot Toter-Home is a bath and a half. We have a porcelain macerating toilet and its own vanity sink integrated into that Corian countertop. The same matching ceramic tile backsplash and a lot of well-thought storage above. Just rear of that, past the matching wooden pocket door, is going to be the rear bedroom. And hopefully you can see it's a continuation of that ceramic tile all the way back here into the bedroom. It is a king-size bed on the third slide out. And while there are windows on both sides of that slide out room, thankfully there's no window on the headboard. It's just a nice padded, easy to clean headboard. Now, two features right here that I do like. They had an integrated wooden countertop for a nightstand on both sides, but I don't know if you can see right here on that outlet, there's tape there. And matching tape over here to hide the LED light that's on the USB outlet that I just pointed out, because I know that if this was my RV, I'd probably put the tape up there too. Now, just across from the bed is going to be the fourth slide out room, where you're going to find the bedroom TV, your closet space on either side of it, and a lot of storage down below. Now we can still go past one more pocket door into the full bathroom just off the main bedroom here. You will find a continuation of that ceramic tile, a second macerating toilet, and then a laundry center with a stacked washer and dryer from Splendide. And then across from there is going to be the vanity with a square decorative trough sink integrated into that solid surface Corian, the same matching ceramic tile backsplash. Really nice mirrored medicine cabinet above, lots of storage, and I do like that they included a little bit extra countertop space in here and notched it out so it's easy to get into the shower right here. And this is a residential size shower stall. And while it does have a little bit of a step up, I'd probably call about 4 or 5 inches. The shower itself is all made out of a solid surface Corian material with the exception of the ceramic tile that has been inlaid in there. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, so if I go to step up into here, I will have to duck so I don't hit my head. But if I was taller than, I don't know, what was that about 6'5", 6'4", it might be a little bit more uncomfortable underneath the shower head right here, but there is still a skylight to give you even probably another 4 or 5 inches. Otherwise, this is a pretty nice residential size shower. So that was the 2023 Explorer Toter-Home from Renegade, built on a 40-foot Cascadia chassis from Freightliner. I think the guys over here at Southwest Luxury are pricing this at about $399,000. Obviously, I would reach out to them and make sure that I'm not giving you bad information. This is a bath and a half floor plan with a front kitchen on it or front galley. I am pretty impressed by the quality that I am seeing from Renegade lately. A lot better than I remember it being. But I am starting to understand the appeal of Renegades that I'm finding online and from my customers. It is a pretty cool little unit right there. Thanks a lot for watching this with me, guys. Have a good day. Bye. And yes, just because I didn't show it to you guys, doesn't mean there's not a privacy curtain for the front windshield area. What a modern vehicle. When you are towing something with that huge tow, when you are towing something monstrous with that tow, so at a So while the mid-coach entry is nice, so while the